all the children alive, Marion?
Was that you?
Of course it was me. Who else did you think it was? What other fool would get up here and make an idiot out of herself right at the beginning of ours?
Look at all the bugs. Who contributed so many bugs?
She's over there with
The bugs?
outfits.
Yeah, we got a lot of bugs. Look at Allison.
Lily. They don't have costumes on.
Alright, now let's get the horse back so they can see your costume.
And you're a June bug? Is that right? Are you a June bug? Or
No,
not?
I'm not a June bug. Whatever that is. I'm not
What are you? A number when the saints go marching in.
Supposed to shine.
I'm not going. I'm not.
When the sun begins to shine.
What I want to be in the number when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the sun begins to shine. Oh, Lord, I want to be in the number when the sun begins to shine. Go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching
I'm not a
in.
saint.
Lord, I want to be in the number when the saints go marching in. What do you ladies dress like? Farm girls?
Well, I don't think she is.
Elspeth, I don't see your straw. Where's your straw in your mouth?
She can make a music. I'm the city girl who's chasing country girl.
Oh.
The city mouse and the field mouse. Hey, let's get in. Let's get in for that. You wanna get in? I gotta find a pink. Hey, let's be the. I'm not in it. Let's go to the attention. I'll be the audience, okay? Oh, please.
Really wholesome.
Elspeth, would you quit it, please? Okay. All right, we need to hear what each of you... Guys, could you please be quiet back there?
It's Mark McGuire.
What are you in your costume?
Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars. Okay, you are a baseball player?
Let's watch.
You are? Robin Hood? You are? You can take it from the cardinal of all times. You are? Snow White. You are? Rose Red. Good team. You are? She's a jaguar from the Jungle Book. You are? Just a princess? A princess? Keep that in mind.
I am a bumblebee.
You what? The unicorn and the bumblebee. Fairy tale. You are?
A lady.
From? A poem. Well, she has a poem with her. I forgot. You are from the unicorn and the bumblebee?
I have my own.
You are? You are?
There's a fairy in Sleeping Beauty. Oh, yeah. There is? There's 3 fairies in Sleeping Beauty. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing, sweetheart?
Some total.
Tsunami
tumamina kosia.
What's tumamina?
Please send me, Lord. I'm ready.
Nicholas, you got this yo-yo for doing what?
Two-legged race. We practice. I mean, three-legged.
Oh, three-legged. Well, where'd you get the extra leg?
Papa.
Fiddle tune called Old Joe Clark.
Old Joe. Old Joe. Who?
Nice fill-in.
Okay, we present to you these fine little girls and their little troupe.
Our first song will be Speed Bonnie Boat. Bonnie boat, like a bird on a wing, over the sailor's cry. Carry the land that was born to be king, over the sea to sky.
Think I'm an ignorant shepherd, and you've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see if the 7 was with me.
a play entitled The Riddle. I have taken artistic license to redo it a bit, and that will begin in just a minute.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now we're gonna do it here. Oh. Oh. Well,
Get away.
welcome to the play, The Riddle. I'm sorry I do not remember who the author is. Once upon a time, in a small clearing in the woods, there lived a poor widow and her family and her mother with her children. And they were as poor could be. And though they were so poor, the mother was yet always cheerful, ever seeing the good side of things. Because she had an unwavering trust and faith in God. However, her children were not always as optimistic as she was and would often complain about their future.
Mother, I'm hungry. Me too. Are we gonna have dinner tonight? What a silly question. Has God ever failed to feed us yet? No, but sometimes I could stand to have a second or third helping.
Yes, and so they continued to cook the food and wanted to know what their mother was going to have for dinner.
Mother, what are we having for dinner? We're having a feast from Mother Nature's table itself. Chicken and sausage! Spaghetti! Apple dumplings? No. Boiled onions. Again? Children, be grateful now.
And they were going to have acorns, but they couldn't find any. So, as they gathered around the table,
Children, let's gather around the table. Now let's bow our heads and say grace. Grace! Children! Bless this food for us, O Lord, and multiply it corn on corn. By your hands we all are fed. We thank you for our daily bread. Amen.
Oh, what a beautiful prayer. Oh, peace.
Your Majesty, is it really you?
Indeed it is. It is I. But, madam, I'm hungry and thirsty. I had no refreshment all day. I would beg if I may have a little food and water.
Oh, Your Majesty, we have such humble food for a man of such high standings, but what we have we will gladly share.
sit down.
Please sit down.
What's on the menu?
Boiled onions.
Oh, my favorite. How did you know?
And so the king and the family ate with great gusto, and the king greatly enjoying the company of his cousin host. As he said,
I never realized how hungry and thirsty I was. This cold water is better than wine. You know, I was traveling with my hunting companions. We were hunting for deer, all sorts of little critters. And they must have got separated us from me. Ah, they must have returned to the castle thinking that I went home.
They probably did, Your Majesty.
My good madam, thank you. I don't see your husband anywhere. The sun is setting and he's not home. Thank you. Is he home?
Well, Your Majesty, you see, last year we lost him due to scarlet fever.
Oh.
and due to that reason, the widow had to take on her husband's craft of charcoal making. Well, after the meal, the king looked around at the smoking mounds and wondered about the hard life of a charcoal maker.
My good man, pardon my curiosity again, but as a charcoal maker, being so far from village and castle, here out in the middle of nowhere, how do you make such a living? Nobody thanks you for your work. How much a day do you work? How much money do you get a day?
Only 10 cents a day, Your Majesty, but a right plenty is too.
come on. How could anybody live on that such meager earnings?
Well, not only do I make enough to live on, but I also have
Save for all day.
save for old age, pay back a debt, and I still have enough left over to throw out the window.
I see. But I still can't see how you can survive on such meager poverty earnings.
Well, you see, Your Majesty, it's quite simple. With my earnings, I not only support my family, which includes my mother, who took care of me when I was young, I am taking care of her. Thus, I am paying back a debt. I am also raising a son
Oh, what a bootsy.
whom I hope will do the same for me when I am old. Thus, I am saving for my old age. And last but not least, I am providing a dowry for all my daughters, whom I hope will marry someday. And everybody knows that money spent on a dowry is just like throwing money out the window.
My good woman, I see that you are both clever and resourceful. I admire you greatly. You know, I would like to keep this little conversation of ours a secret. I would like to see if you could not tell this story to anyone till you've seen my face 100 times. Agreed?
Agreed, Your Majesty. You have a word of honor.
And so pleased with his bargain, the king made ready to go after the meal.
Well, thank you. Delicious meal. Now I must go. Please be good to direct me to the main road.
Yes.
Did someone want to drive a horse?
Your Majesty, if you're ever lost in the woods again, can I ride on your horse?
I'll try to make it back if I can, God willing.
Oh, and Your Majesty, I make a right tasty dandelion weed stew.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
Come back. And so off they went. The next day, in the great dining hall of the castle, while we prepare for that.
But I wouldn't take turn it off, Rocky. I didn't turn it off. It's off. Wait,
It's right here. On the top of the stairs. The next day in the great dining hall of the castle, the king feasted and jested with the members of his court. After a huge meal, he challenged them to the charcoal maker's riddle.
Oh. Now, tell me, can you answer a little riddle? Once there was a charcoal maker, very poor, and she was trying to only make 10 cents a day. And how can she live if she has to pay her debts, just barely make a live on, save for old age, and have enough to throw out the window? Whoever is first to the answer shall be made first counselor of the kingdom.
And courtier number 1 said,
I've got it. She has a bag of gold that she's inherited, and she uses that to pay back a debt, save for old age, and still has enough to throw out the window, right?
I'm afraid not.
No. I've got it. She only earns 10 cents a day, and she pickpockets the rest. Therefore, she has enough left over to throw out the window, save for old age, and pay back her debt.
Fiddle faddle, Tommy Rot,
No,
no.
She only earns 10 cents a day. But she gives 10% of her money offerings to God faithfully, and therefore he helps her do all those things.
Well, I'm sure there's some faithful benefactions for tithing, but the answer is still wrong.
I know. Perhaps a rich man, perhaps a secret admirer, gives her money, and that's how she does all these things, correct?
Niet. Nine. No way, Jose.
and so
I know. An angel does it for her.
Oh, an angel does it for her, but no, that's wrong.
And so nobody could guess the riddle, but there was one courtier Good day, madam. I have come from the King's Castle and I've ridden a long way to ask you to solve the answer to a riddle. Now tell me, how can a poor widow who only earns 10 cents a day save for old age, pay back a debt, and have enough left over to throw out the window?
Well, kind sir, I am so very, very sorry that you came all this way for nothing.
I had a feeling you might say that. But what would you say, my good woman, to these 10 silver coins? Nice. Good money.
Hold it, Knight! I need more blankets! And I want a new dress! And I want teddy bears! And you promised me a new bicycle! I really can't. And I want a teddy bear! And I need medicine for my limbago.
Well, madam, what do you say to these 30 coins here? After all, children are hungry. Bicycles?
I really can't. Oh, the pain! Enough.
Yes, and there's a lot in there now. So?
My earnings, I not only support my family, which includes my mother, who took care of me when I was young. Thus, I'm paying back a debt.
Oh, I see.
Second of all, I am raising a son, and I hope that he may do the same for me. When I am old. Thus, I am saving for old age. And third of all, last but not least, I am providing a dowry for my 5 daughters. And that is the answer to the riddle.
You're providing a dowry for the daughters, and that is what gives you enough left over.
Oh, yes.
You are so clever! Thank you, my good woman, thank you! Oh, I can see it now, the first female counselor of the kingdom! Okay, So, Majesty, I have the answer to your riddle. And now that I have guessed it, I expect you to keep your promise and make me first counselor of the kingdom.
Yes, yes, I must keep my word if you indeed guess the answer to the riddle. But first I must see the charcoal maker. Have her sent to me at once. Pronto!
You sent for me, Your Majesty?
You didn't keep your promise, like you agreed. I thought you were as honest as you were clever, but I see that's not so.
Your Majesty. Your anger at me is
You told somebody the name of the riddle.
Your Majesty, your anger at me is unjust. For I did exactly what you told me to do. I did not tell the answer to the riddle until I saw your face 100 times.
You deserve to be punished, for dishonesty is the worst of crimes. Guards, seize her! You couldn't have seen my face.
Oh, but I did. On each and every one of
Yeah, right. Guards!
the imperial coins.
Well, yes.
100.
I see. Well, you are both clever and more clever than I thought before. I praise you for the whole court. and I curse the courier in front of all my nobles.
Curses!
And
Spoiled again!
I give you 3 bags of gold, more than this. 1 for your old age, 1 for your retirement, 1 for your yacht, and 1 to throw out the window.
And so now see, kids, I told you to have enough.
Now, see, kids, I told you that if you just trust in God, you get whatever you want.
And that's the end. Come everybody, take a bow. Everybody. And Tara, where's Tara? She single-handedly rounded everyone up to do this.
Yeah.
And I have a gift for her. Thank you. Are there any more entertainments? Did I leave anybody out? All right, then at this time,
Bake-off prizes.
bake-off prizes to be given out now. Hope you enjoyed everything.
Bake-off prizes. We'll start with the adults.
Okay, ready?
Starting with the adults. In the category of cakes, we give honorable mention to the Rodens for their pumpkin bars. First prize to the Kaufmans for their nut cake.
You're shy, not her.
In the category,
Let's see what you got.
in the category of adults, cookies and bars, first prize goes to the Deals for chocolate pecan cookies. In the category of adult miscellaneous items, first prize to Diane Bingham for her Indian balls. Hard time, it was very hard to choose. So, just be patient while we go through all this. Okay. In the children's cookies and bars department, first prize to Bethany Hilton for Hello Dolly bars. Honorable mention for Veronica.
That just means you get congratulations.
She made cookies herself. Okay. Children's miscellaneous.
Go get your prize.
First prize. Catherine Showalter for banana pudding.
All right.
All right, Mark, will you accept it for her? Okay. Okay, now, the pies was the most difficult of all to judge, okay? So please understand, everybody, we have a 3-way tie for second. And I can't give a prize for this, okay? So just know that all the pies were excellent and the judges sat there eating and eating and eating. They couldn't get enough and they couldn't decide. So the pies were excellent. Okay, 3-way tie for second. Stevie Hilton, chocolate pie. Leah Burke for sour cream pumpkin pie. And Dina Myers for pumpkin pie. Okay, now, the first prize for the children's pies, as well as the grand prize winner for the bake-off was Asher Kincaid. Yay!